Good morning, beloveds. So on Tuesday, my house was 80 degrees and I turned on my AC. Yesterday, we had a cold front come in, and so I went ahead and turned the AC back to heat, which is probably a good thing I did because this house was 68 when we woke up this morning. It's going to be in the 50s all day today. This weather, all right. But guess what? It is leap day, and the book has a leap day bonus. So we are going to do Happy Leap Day, the one day a year every 4 years where the calendar tries to catch up with the fact that, you know, life isn't perfectly 24 hours. So I watched the Today Show, and they had leap birthdays, and they went around, and one woman was 8. The guy was 10, the next woman was 18, and then the other woman was 11. And I'm like, wow. Okay. So, it is February 29th. Our title is Life's Reverie. Reverie. There's no L in there. Our author is Rosemary, Fillmore, Rhea. That's Just How My Spirit Travels, from 2003. This is from Unity. I figured with a Fillmore in the name, it probably was Unity. All right. Today, I awake very early and decided to walk. Let me try that again. Today, I was awake very early and decided to walk to the beach. It was a beautiful morning. The early mist rising from the sea evaporated into the sparkling seashore. As I wandered down the beach, I became so involved in the world around me, the sun, the sea, the gulls, the sandpipers, that for a time the world let go of its hold on me. I became immersed in life, and it came to me that perhaps this is what the experience we call death really is, a time when we let go of the world, or the world releases us. When we merge mind, ego, body, and soul into life until that moment when we are ready to begin again. Truly, there is only life, changing, moving life, a series of endings and beginnings. If I look back on what I remember with my conscious mind to the person I was 30, 20, or even 10 years ago, it's almost like viewing a stranger. How I reacted to life yesterday was from my consciousness of yesterday. How I react is from my consciousness of today. When I am rehearsing the past, I am robbing myself of now. Why are we so hard on ourselves? If I had a friend whom I really cared about, and I knew that friend had made mistakes in the past and had caused pain for themselves and others, if I loved my friend, would I continually and forevermore shake my finger at them and say, "You're bad, you're guilty, and I will never let you forget it"? Oh no, if I loved my friend, I would say, "Sure, you've made some mistakes, but they are in the past. Try to learn what you can from them, but remember, my friend, you acted then from where you were at the time, but you are different now, and how you act today is more important. Forgive yourself, be free, let go, it is past. If I feel this for a friend, then surely I can give the same compassion and understanding to myself." Well, she went a couple of different directions in that. First, when she was talking about that, I've done that. I've been hiking a few times, and I always enjoy it when I can do it, and I don't do it much, and I'm probably not capable of it right now. But like every time I went to Colorado, anytime they tried to take me hiking, I'm like, yeah, I love it, I want to do it. And even that one time I tried it in California, I love it, I want to do it, but oh my God, me and elevation, yeah. So, but that was kind of what she was describing. It's like you get so involved in, it's why I like going to the park, because in the park I don't have to worry about cars. And when there's not soccer tournaments going on, then, I don't have to worry so much about people, you know, so I can get involved in looking at the trees, and I can look at the clouds, and I can listen to the birds, and, you know, but when you go hiking, you know, especially in mountainous, because I've been to Horsetooth Rock a couple of times, the world just kind of goes away, and it's really amazing. And, you know, if that's what it's like, then yeah, I think we'll be okay. We'll be okay. But in the other one, she was talking about the past, you know, and none of us have gotten this far without making mistakes. We've all made mistakes, you know. I've seen the meme, it's like the one person who could throw stones didn't. and that's, you know, we've all made mistakes. And it's like, as long as we've learned from them, then there's no reason to keep beating ourselves up about them. I've let a lot, every now and again, you know, you have those moments when everything dips and you're like, oh, and I've done this, and I've done this, and I've done this. And it's like, you can look at that and go, you know what? Yeah, I did. And I've learned from it and moved on. I'm not that person anymore. The idea of looking back, yeah. If I go back and look at the pictures of me in high school, it's like, that's a complete stranger. That is a complete stranger to me now. And yet the seeds of who I am now were there. So, and things have evolved and progressed. And it's when I catch myself, you know, ruminating over past mistakes, it's like, okay, you know what? Do I need to call somebody? Do I need to check in with somebody? Do I need to go do something? Like, do I need to go read a good book or go watch something pretty amazing on this? What is it that I need to do? Because I don't need to ruminate over past mistakes. I can forgive myself and move on. And hopefully you can too. So that's what our author, well, she had the two, you know, suggestions. So I hope that you can go for a walk somewhere safe and fall out of the world like that. I hope that you can have that experience more than once in your life. It's an amazing experience, and it is a mystical experience, and you come back from it different when the material world kind of lets go for a little bit, and you just kind of become one with life. It's amazing, and I commend the opportunity to you. And then I'm also going to remind you, you know, we live in the now. The future never happens. And the past is gone. And so learn from your mistakes, but don't beat yourself up about them. Let them go. And if I could be said to have a mission today, that would be it. That last line. Surely I can give the same compassion and understanding to myself. That's one of the reasons why I talk about practicing love, kindness, and compassion on yourself. You know, it's a worthwhile practice that I commend to you. It's easy to do it for other people. Sometimes it's a little harder to do it for ourselves. But if you can do it for yourself, you can do it for anybody. All right, so I'm going to remind you, absolutely, that is the mission today, to practice kindness and compassion and understanding on yourself, just like you would do for a very good friend, because hopefully you are a very good friend to yourself. And if you're not, well, there's you some work to do. There's you some work to do. And then the other one is the spiritual practice of self-care. To do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Be it one thing, be it three things, be it all the things. Point being to practice on yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. And yet, if your cup is overflowing, there's no room for anything new. So you got to find that balance. It's like the metaphors, yeah, they can bite you on either end. So be aware of your metaphor. Which is what I'm about to say. My biggest thing about love, kindness, and practicing love, kindness, and compassion is the pause. To take a deep breath before you speak. because whatever happens, it's easier to not say something than to try and make amends for something you didn't mean to say. So it gives you a chance to react or to respond instead of react. And I always say, don't beat yourself up about your first thought, because when you react, that's who you've been taught to be. When you respond, that's who you actually are. And it's super important to recognize that. Okay. I also want to remind you, take a walk, take a nap, take a break. I mean them both literally and metaphorically. Take a walk. Go get your blood moving. Get the oxygen flowing. But sometimes we need to walk away from things, and sometimes we need to walk into new situations. Take a nap. I straight up love naps. If turning electronics off and on will help them, the same can be said for you. Go turn yourself off for a little bit and turn yourself back on, okay? Take a nap. Or go get a good night's sleep. But it's about managing your stress, making sure that you're getting enough rest, and, checking out for a while. I learned that there's the difference between active rest and passive rest. So, watching TV would be considered passive rest. Playing a board game would be considered active rest. There you go. So take a nap. Take a break. That's about perspective. Sometimes we hit the wall and we don't know what to do and we're frustrated. And so that's a good time to walk away, do something else. There's that walk again. To go do something else for a little while. And then we can come back with fresh eyes to whatever it was that we were working on. And maybe while we're letting our mind rest, the solution will occur to us. It does work that way often, so try it. In this self-care, I want to remind you to eat dessert first, which means literally, chocolate is the first step to fixing anything. But I also want to remind you what it means is don't save the good stuff. Write in the fancy notebooks now. Use the fancy pens now. Wear the fancy clothes now. Don't wait for a special occasion. Make the occasion special. All right, so there's that. And then I also want to remind you the last one is joy. Simply because I don't watch the news very often. I do watch the news because where I live, the weather can be crazy, as in, it was 80 degrees on Tuesday and it's 56 today. So I do watch the news for that. And sometimes I see other news stories and the news will convince you that the world is crazy. Okay. And then you walk out your front door and go, the world is not crazy. Parts of the world are crazy. But no matter what is going on in the world, no matter what is going on in your life, you deserve joy. So please make room for joy. However you do that. One of the easiest ways for me to make joy is sitting right next to me. He's curled up tight on the hot pad and enjoying every minute of it. And seeing him curled up tight on the hot pad, that brings me joy. So he's trying to decide if he wants his nose under the tail or over the tail. It's cute, okay? Make room for joy. All right. The rest of the self-care is just basic. Do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. Your body works better, your brain works better, and your skin looks better when you are well hydrated. So drink plenty of water. I would also encourage you to get early in your morning bright light. The clouds were very interesting this morning, but very thick. So there was no sunlight this morning. So I'm leaning into the artificial light for that bright light. 5 to 10 minutes of bright light on your face and forearms will help to reset your circadian rhythms, which is a natural hormone cycle. If you can get that bright light as early as possible, then it will help to you will have more energy during the day and you will sleep better at night. Sunlight between 7 and 9 apparently is the optimal time, but if that is out of your schedule, or like today, the cloud cover was really thick, and you're not getting it bright, the light in your house isn't bright enough. Google sun lamp or seasonal effect disorder lamp. They're not expensive. Don't spend a whole lot of money, but they can be very helpful. I'm a big believer in mental health, and believe it or not, that light, that 5 to 10 minutes of light, can do wonders for your mental health. So try it. You might like it. All right. Where was I? I am now at the Ernest Holmes quote, I think. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you that you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. What does that mean? Okay, it means two things to me. One, if you break us down into our most fundamental parts, it's all God. That's the first thing. Okay? And that should rock us back on our heels. Absolutely. Every now and again, we should think, oh, it's all God. Okay. Which is her walk on the beach, my walk in the mountains. That's, that's what that's helpful for. But the other thing it reminds me is that heaven is not a locality, which is another Ernest Holmes quote, by the way. Heaven is not a locality. I just love that. Heaven is not a locality. It's not a place that we have to get to. Okay? It's a mindset. It is a state of mind, a state of consciousness. If Jesus said the kingdom of God is within you, that's what he was talking about. The mindset. And one of the best ways to get started on that is to take Emma Curtis Hopkins' advice and look for the good and praise it, which is another way of saying count your blessings, okay? This is the last day of February. Will it be the last time I say this? No. But what I've leaned into in February is the advice of, and you can do it first thing in the morning, last thing before you go to bed, write down 3 things that you're grateful for. Try and do it for a week without repeating. And if you can do it for a week without repeating, do it for a full month. Okay? And since next month is a new month, maybe you want to start tomorrow, March 1st, right? And then post that list somewhere where you can see it. So when you need that boost, there it is. All right. Yep. Okay. So I'm good. I'm now at the social media part where I remind you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the Running Rev Ryan, the Running Rev Ryan on the social media that I am on. So I encourage you to go and to like and to follow and to subscribe and to share, which is the best way you can help us with those algorithms. And all it costs you is a click. Okay? So we would appreciate it. I know that on the Running Rev Ryan, there are almost 5 complete books because I'm about to finish this one. And there's a couple more Ernest Holmes books, the little short ones that I'm thinking about reading. I just need to come home and do it. So there's that. All right, beloveds. If you want to know what's going on with the center, please email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. And then you'll know what's going on with the center, even when I don't, because, and it's 1 email a week. It's a real person doing it, and he ain't got time for more than that. All right. Yep. So now going to wrap this up. I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. A look at the clouds day. A wrap up your week day. A go for a walk day. A forgive yourself day. A let it all go day. A go look at the past selves day. A recognize the stranger within day. A silly day. A bundle up day. A good day. And if that's too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You're a beloved child of God. Or as one of our authors last month said, you're a beloved expression of the divine. You're a beloved expression of the divine. I just love that. You're a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light. You are a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. You are, as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, a godling. All right? Explore the truth of your being. I'm a big believer in making regular trips to the source of your being, but I also encourage you to get to know the person that the source of your being knows. Get to know the person the divine knows. Okay? Just peel all of the layers back, because I can promise you one thing, that the person that the divine knows you to be is good. And from that, anything is possible. Anything is possible. All right, beloveds. Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.